Environment ministers from around the world are meeting in Marrakesh to try and reach agreement on the UN's strategy to combat global warming. The federal opposition has said it will sign the Kyoto Agreement if elected. The government has consistently refused to ratify the protocols. Now, the Victorian Labor government has entered the controversy, calling tenders for a massive new coal site in the Latrobe Valley. The valley is one of the most depressed regional areas in Australia. It desperately needs new projects to generate jobs, but at what cost? This report from Belinda Hawkins.
As long as anyone can remember, brown coal has been the life source of the Latrobe Valley. More coal comes out of here than anywhere else in the country. The valley still supplies 90% of Victoria's electricity. But 8 years ago, the Victorian government started selling off the power plants. The private companies rationalised and retrenched. 9,000 workers lost their jobs. The unemployment rate is now almost 30%.
We had some health and safety issues here yesterday. The guys decided to pull the pin.
Those with a job fear their unions aren't doing enough.
How many people have died from asbestos in this valley? Can you answer that for me? I'd like to see how many. And it's in hundreds, mate. It's in hundreds. And we're still fighting over it here. And we're here today. Let's do something there.
If it was only 6 weeks ago, why isn't it up to date?
I understand people are passionate about the issue, all right? Okay, we've put things in place. We're going to put procedures in place.
Union leader Peter Mooney is getting frustrated. He's been up all night negotiating with the company and reckons he's got the maintenance workers a fair deal.
The issues are fixed, okay? Let's get out of the rain and return to work. You pay for all lost time. You know, let's go back to work. Come on, that's not bullshit. All those in favour? Yes. That's carried, guys. Thanks for that.
I think the Latrobe Valley is an extreme example of the impact of competition restructuring policies on regional communities in Australia. It has had dire knock-on consequences for the social state of the community.
A study by Monash University's Dr. Bob Birrell confirms that the valley is one of the hardest hit regional centres in the country.
There's a pattern here that one thing leads to another. Low job prospects, early school leaving, early starting in child rearing, and then high incidence of sole parenthood, which then leaves the parents in a poor situation to invest in their children, and so we have a cycle built into the region.
Tracy Wills is 15 and lives in the valley with her mother and their pets. Like 30% of families in Morwell, they survive on the single-parent pension. That's $205 a week to pay all the bills.
Some weeks we haven't got any food to eat or anything, so we have to go to St Vincent's and stuff. The cats only cost us $6 to feed a week, and the dog $2, the same.
And what about for you and Tracy?
Well, if we've got $10, $15, we're lucky.
What's that like, having to go to St Vincent's?
Actually, I feel kind of horrible going there, because thinking that if I could get a job, I could help.
Tracy's experience reflects that of a lot of kids in the valley.
I'd really like to be someone that everybody admires. Like, I'm important and people listen to me. And the way I'm going now with my family life, it'd be more people would say, oh, she's on the dole, she's a dole bludger. She's on the pension, she doesn't do anything, she's just getting money off the government. She's not worth anything. See, if you had a job, she'd either be saying like, oh look, she's out there, she's making an honest living of herself. She's finding a way of doing things and getting through life. She's somebody that's been there and has understood and got through it, instead of someone that's just stayed there and taken whatever comes to her.
Do you think you'll ever be the person you want to be?
I don't think so, because of the way I'm brought up, and B, because of the jobs, there ain't much opportunity. Not really.
It's Friday night, and Tracy's on her way to the only place open for young people here. Do you feel like you've got much of a future in Morlaw?
No, not at all. Most of the places are shutting down. It's going dead.
What about you? Do you see a future for yourself in the valley?
No.
Why is that?
Not much jobs around here. And that's why I'll be going down to Melbourne later on. So yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Actually a bad thing.
Why is that?
Because I love it up here in the valley.
But there may be more of a future here than these young people imagine. Victorian Premier Steve Bracks has called tenders for the development of 800 square kilometres of brown coal. If it goes ahead, it'll be the first new site in 40 years.
And this is bigger than the valley. This is consortiums who are now saying they can convert brown coal to gas, can fire up power stations and other facilities, and can generate jobs, which is great.
But the plan has a downside. Brown coal is environmentally damaging because of the carbon dioxide it lets off when burnt. 10% of Australia's greenhouse emissions are from the burning of brown coal in Victoria. Australia is the worst per capita greenhouse polluter in the world.
Brown and black coal still are, they're dangerous substances, and they are significant greenhouse polluters. The alternative doesn't lie in trying to tinker around the margins with either of these substances.
The Victorian government is making the successful tender contingent on a clean process being used for the conversion of the coal to energy. A team of Melbourne scientists is trying to make that possible by converting the brown coal to gas before it's used for power generation.
I would see brown coal as the energy source of the future, and the reason for that is that it's a very clean fuel. There's low sulphur, low nitrogen, low ash, low concentrations of trace metals, and very low or no methane emissions from the mining of brown coal. Now, the coal itself, once it's converted to a gas, that gas can be further processed into premium transport fuels, such as premium diesel fuel, and to other chemicals. So the brown coal, in fact, has the potential to be an important resource for the future, for the manufacturing of a whole range of products. And that would be done in collaboration with and getting synergies from power generation.
This technology does not promise to get rid of greenhouse gases entirely, but it should significantly reduce them. A fundamental problem remains, though. The technology won't be ready for another 5 years. Back in the valley, the possibility of more coal mining should be reason to celebrate, but there's deep scepticism.
This is one of the plans that was put out in 1980. It's a task force report. It shows all sorts of, plans about future coal developments. At that stage, plans for the valley and the future for the valley was unlimited. Jobs were unlimited. So when the government talks about other plans now, all these have turned out to be nothing, and we're not optimistic about their future plans. We see pink elephants, more promises, glossy brochures, and nothing that really puts jobs into the region.
Luke Vandermeulen grew up in the valley.
We don't have to bloody cooperate with their bloody rocknecks.
He's the state president of the Mining and Energy Union that's currently fighting to save 150 jobs at one of the power stations.
But we ain't going to keep our jobs by bloody running and cowering and bloody panicking. We've got to organise. We've got to get our shit together.
But Luke's no ordinary unionist.
No doubt a lot of people would just like people like me to say nothing about the environmental aspects of brown coal, because this is a brown coal base and lots of jobs are created because of brown coal.
Luke's run unsuccessfully as a Green candidate in recent state and federal elections.
We've got to act genuinely responsibly, and we can't just have this mad race for jobs at any cost. I mean, you know, like if somebody said, look, we're going to build private prisons all around the Latrobe Valley and that's going to create X amount of jobs, or we're going to put some toxic dumps into the Latrobe Valley, that's going to create X amount of jobs, I think I'll have something to say about that.
I know Luke and he has his view and perspective. I'm a community member also, and I have a perspective too.
Charlie Spears is the mine manager at Loy Yang Power near Morwell.
Well, working here is a dream come true for me.
Like Luke, he grew up in the area, but Charlie believes another mine would be a positive for the valley. Loy Yang Power hopes to tender for the project.
For us to mine a larger volume of coal than we're currently mining, we would need more people, right? So that will create jobs. You'll need more infrastructure. You need more development. The fuel is not a fuel you cart long distances, so most likely industry will be established here. So if it's environmentally friendly and it works, then it must create jobs in the valley.
Does the valley have a future?
Yes. Since 1920, we've used about 5% of the total resource. So there's sufficient coal at current utilisation to last 200 to 300 more years.
This plan is locking Latrobe into an industry without a future. The industries with a future are the industries of renewable energy.
Environmentalist John Connor is talking about an industry which includes energy sources like wind, as well as solar and wave power.
It's the fastest growing job creator in Australia, faster than information technology. There's 25,000 people employed this year. It's a $10 billion a year industry in Australia already. Internationally, that's chicken feed. It's a massive international market out there, and if we're really serious about the people of Latrobe, let's not give them more polluting and coal. Let's give them an industry with a future. Let's give them renewable industry.
This is Victoria's first and so far only wind farm. It's on the southwest coast and has been up and running for 4 months. These 14 turbines generate enough power to light up the nearby town of Warrnambool. That's about 14,000 homes. Not far from the Latrobe Valley, a Queensland government-owned power company has the go-ahead to build another wind farm. But many locals don't want their coastline transformed by turbines the height of 22-storey buildings.
There's going to be 3 on these hills here, and then they're going to be all the way around us. There'll be a total of 12 altogether, and I think we'll see just about all of them from here.
Beef farmer Kath Hurst is adamant she doesn't want the turbines anywhere near her place. She and 3 other families spent $30,000 trying to overturn the local council's approval of a wind farm on neighbouring properties. They lost.
It's just going to be this awful feeling of being sort of enclosed by them, being trapped in the middle of this sort of semicircle of big monsters on the hills.
Tonight is about really seeking further input, and it's the opportunity for the Corner Inlet area of the Shire to provide their thoughts on the issue that we're here for tonight, which is wind farms.
The area is divided between those like Kath who see green power as an eyesore and those who want the economic spin-off wind farms might bring, manufacturing the turbines in the valley for starters.
Why can't we build them here? Yes, make them here and send them overseas wherever they want them.
But not in
Why can't we, instead of all saying poo-hoo this, poo-hoo that, why can't we put our collective minds together to make something good of this?
Now, on my figures, from one wind farm, assuming it operated for 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, that would employ 0.01922 of a person.
Hey, Marshall Day Acoustics, Stanwell's consultants for the Tura Wind Farm, it's greater than the EPA standards at my joint. So they're not quiet, mate. They're bloody noisy.
This is detrimental to our Shire. Now, our Shire is heavily in debt. Our coastline is the greatest asset and has the greatest potential for growth and for rate income. You put turbines from one end of it to the other, that goes out the door. Why would people want to invest? You've got to do something about the policy to get the wind turbines away from the coast and away from people's houses.
Now, Trixie, that's why we're here tonight. I hope everyone's got a copy of it. It's a 2-page policy. Those who haven't, everyone has. Fine.
Decisions about the future of Australia's energy resources and how the nation deals with the need to reduce greenhouse gases are being made at this most local level.
Where does it mention? Where does it mention?
In the objectives?
No, I'm sorry, it does not. In the policy, it does not.
I think this is different from the one that we've got.
Yeah.
You got a different one as well.
Could we have copies of the document that you're reading from, because it's different to the one that has been supplied to us?
Just a moment, I'm clarifying.
Thank you.
When it comes to a vote, the majority favours a moratorium on wind farms in the area.
The ayes have it. Do you acknowledge that vote, Councillor Wrigley?
Sorry, I thought you were chairing the meeting.
Do you acknowledge that vote, Councillor Wrigley?
I do acknowledge that. I think all of the councillors here will have taken that vote on board.
While renewables will play a very important part in greenhouse gas abatement in the future, it's unlikely they'll ever be able to be competitive in a real sense. There are heavy subsidies that go into, for instance, wind power at the moment. So what I would say is we need both. We need renewables, certainly, but we need development of the coal.
This is a valley which has been decimated because of an over-reliance on the coal industry. So I find it remarkable that they think this opening of extra brown coal resources is a magic lifeline. I think it's a hoax on people to say that this is the saviour, and I think that we need a much more sophisticated approach to the valley and to its opportunities.
The fact is that at the moment, the really dynamic industries in Australia are built around what we call the new economy. And that is in the area of business, financial, insurance and other services. And the record of the 1990s is that the good jobs in these sectors are overwhelmingly being located in the major metropolises, particularly Melbourne and Sydney. And that is driving a new cleavage in our society, which I don't see any immediate prospect of changing unless there's a major effort on the part of governments to create circumstances in regional cities or regional centres which will enable them to compete in the new economy.
Few understand the truth of Dr. Birrell's prognosis better than Rob McKay and his family. Rob worked in the power industry for 32 years, most of it at Loy Yang.
When I look at it, I think all the memories I had when I was there. Just hope one day I could probably get back there get a job there. All the way things are going now, it's all casual work and just got to hang in there.
Since Rob took a redundancy package in 1994, he's only managed to pick up occasional work.
I'll do the dishes.
Now he's unemployed.
Any jobs, Dad?
Found one. But it's not like it's house wiring.
When Robert's unemployed, well, we just struggle on unemployment benefits.
Tighten the purse strings a bit.
Oh, gosh. But you get by, you have to.
Yeah,
so
keep a happy, healthy attitude, and as long as we've got our health, so there's another thing. Hopefully the jobs will come up. So I have been off a couple of times for 5 months in one stint, which is too long. You start to feel useless and get irritable and just become too boring.
Robert's got another 5 years, so
at least
5 years. So the fear, like, if he could get a full-time job, that would be great. But that's not going to happen. Who want to employ a 50-year-old man?
Denise and Rob met and married in Morwell. They've raised their 3 children here.
We thought that this job security for our children would always be here. Whereas
it was for 20 years.
Yeah, it was. But then now